At just 24 years old, Erling Haaland has scored 230 goals in 262 club appearances. That's a number Messi and Ronaldo hadn't even come close to at the same age. Yes, they played as wingers while Haaland is a pure striker, but that doesn't make his numbers any less incredible. Just 2 years into his Premier League career, Haaland is shattering records almost every other week. But the truth is, Haaland has been an elite goal scorer from the moment he turned pro. Even with critics trying to downplay his achievements, the numbers speak for themselves. So let's dive into how Haaland shattered expectations so early in his career. Haaland is the son of ex-footballer Alfie Haaland, who also played for Manchester City. So it wasn't much of a surprise when he followed in his father's footsteps and took up football as a young boy. He began his journey at his hometown club Brina. Although he always dreamed of being a striker, Haaland was initially used as a winger, mainly because of his size. But after a rapid growth spurt, he was finally moved to his natural position up front. This move set the stage for the superstar he was destined to become. After impressing with the reserves, Haaland made the switch to Molde, one of Norway's biggest clubs. After scoring on his Molde debut, he finished his first season with 4 goals in 20 games. Not bad for a 16-year-old in his first professional season. The following year, he truly broke through, netting 16 times in 20 games. His standout performance was a stunning 4 goals in just 20 minutes against Brann, the unbeaten league leaders at the time. After his brilliant second season, Haaland was named the Breakthrough of the Year in Norway's top league. His name started circulating across Europe, with several clubs including his dad's former team Leeds United showing interest. But on January 1st, 2019, Haaland signed with Austrian champions Red Bull Salzburg. And it was here where the world got its first real glimpse of Haaland, as Salzburg competed in the Champions League. In his first full year with Salzburg, Haaland delivered 4 hat-tricks, including a first-half hat-trick on his Champions League debut. The 19-year-old led up the tournament, scoring 8 goals in the group stages. But despite his heroics, Salzburg couldn't advance, as Liverpool and Napoli qualified. He ended his debut year with 29 goals in 27 games for Salzburg. Even though Salzburg hoped to keep him, he had become too hot for them. Big names like United and Juventus were now vying for the Norwegian sensation, all impressed by his stellar Champions League performances. But in the end, it was Dortmund who sealed the deal, signing Haaland for 20 million euros in the 2020 winter transfer window. Fresh off his scorching form at Salzburg, Haaland made an explosive debut for Dortmund. Just 23 minutes after coming off the bench against Augsburg, he scored a hat-trick. He became only the second Dortmund player to score a hat-trick on his debut, following in the footsteps of Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. Haaland wasn't done yet. In his next game, he netted a brace off the bench against Cologne. He became the first player in Bundesliga history to score 5 goals in his first 2 matches, and was named the Bundesliga Player of the Month for January, despite clocking just an hour of game time. He continued his remarkable start with another brace in his 3rd game for Dortmund, becoming the first player in Bundesliga history to score 7 goals in his opening 3 games. He even added a brace against PSG in the Champions League round of 16, though Dortmund were eventually eliminated. By the end of his first Champions League campaign, Haaland had scored an astonishing 10 goals. And he wrapped up his first season with Dortmund scoring 19 goals in 17 appearances, and an incredible 44 goals in 40 games across both Salzburg and Dortmund for the 2019-20 season. Despite being just 20 years old, Haaland was showcasing goal-scoring form akin to some of football's greatest strikers. His incredible run continued in his first full season with Dortmund, where he netted 41 goals in 41 games. Among his most iconic performances were his 4 goals against Hertha Berlin and a crucial brace in the DFB Pokal final, securing the trophy for Dortmund. The Yellow Whale also cherished his 3 goals against arch-rivals Schalke, helping Dortmund secure 2 wins over them that season. In the Champions League, Haaland scored 10 of his 41 goals, finishing as the tournament's top scorer. He became the fastest and youngest to reach 20 Champions League goals, smashing the previous record held by Harry Kane. Haaland was also named the competition's best forward that season, and Bundesliga fans voted him Player of the Year, and he was included in the Bundesliga Team of the Season. Haaland had become the hottest striker in Europe, with the biggest teams eyeing the Norwegian sensation. Yet he chose to stay at Dortmund for another season. But Haaland faced recurring injury problems the following season, causing him to miss over 15 games across all competitions. Yet despite the setback, he made 30 appearances, scoring 29 goals and setting up a further 8. During this period, he reached another milestone, becoming the youngest player to score 50 Bundesliga goals. At the end of the season, Dortmund announced Haaland's departure to Manchester City, where he would work under Pep Guardiola. City pulled off an incredible deal, signing the Norwegian for just £51 million. Pep, who had moved away from using traditional strikers, made an exception for Haaland. A talent like this was too big to slip through his hands. Haaland's debut for City came in a 3-1 Charity Shield defeat to Liverpool, where he missed a few chances, leading some to speculate that the Premier League might be too tough for him.
Erling Haaland will not live up to the expectation. I am so bored. I think he'd do really well to score. If he scores 15, it would be a really good season for him. Yeah.
But those doubts quickly vanished when he scored a brace on his league debut against West Ham. In his next 4 games, Haaland scored 7 goals, including back-to-back hat-tricks, becoming the fastest player in Premier League history to score 2 hat-tricks. By the end of August, with 9 goals in 5 games, he was crowned Player of the Month in his first month in the league. His remarkable form continued as he scored a hat-trick in the Manchester derby, while also setting up 2 more goals. This made him the first player in Premier League history to score 3 hat-tricks in 3 consecutive home games, and the fastest player to achieve 3 hat-tricks in the league's history. Haaland's scoring spree continued as he became the fastest player to 20 Premier League goals, making the league look almost too easy. His 4th hat-trick of the season against Wolves took his tally to 25 league goals in 19 games, already outscoring the previous season's Golden Boot winners. But his brilliance wasn't limited to the Premier League. Haaland has always loved scoring in the Champions League, and that didn't change at City. He netted 12 goals in the competition, including 5 in one game against Leipzig, tying Messi and Luis Adriano for the most goals in a single Champions League match. He also became the fastest and youngest player to reach 30 Champions League goals, finishing the competition as the top scorer. He joined Messi as the only other player to achieve this twice before turning 23. In his debut Premier League season, Haaland broke the single-season record, scoring 36 goals in 35 games, surpassing Alan Shearer and Andy Cole's 34-goal record. Despite doubts upon his arrival, he silenced his critics as City completed the elusive treble, with Haaland scoring a remarkable 52 goals in all competitions, the highest tally ever by a Premier League player. Haaland's exceptional season earned him the Premier League and European Golden Boot, as well as the FWA, PFA and UEFA Player of the Year awards. It was truly a Ballon d'Or worthy season, but he finished runner-up to Messi, whose majestic World Cup campaign overshadowed Haaland's club success. The following season, Haaland maintained his impressive goal-scoring form, but struggled with some minor injuries that limited his game time. Nevertheless, he scored 38 goals in 45 games, including 6 in the Champions League, taking his tally to 41. He once again became the fastest and youngest player to reach a Champions League milestone, this time the 40-goal mark. By the age of 23, Haaland had scored more Champions League goals than football legends like Luis Suarez, Wayne Rooney and Samuel Eto'o. He also has more knockout stage goals than icons like Neymar, Henry, Ibrahimovic and Salah. Haaland's 27 Premier League goals were pivotal in City securing their 4th league title in a row. He yet again won the Golden Boot and was named in the PFA Team of the Year for the 2nd season running. Despite only playing 2 full seasons in the Premier League, Haaland had scored against every team he faced, and he also became the fastest player to reach 50 Premier League goals. Although City were eliminated from the Champions League by Real Madrid and lost the FA Cup to bitter rivals Manchester United, they finished the season with 3 trophies. Another remarkable season both for Haaland and Manchester City. but it looks like the 2024-25 season is shaping up to be his best one yet, as Haaland has started with a blistering unprecedented form. He's already netted 9 goals in his first 4 league games, including 2 successive hat-tricks. Just 2 years after arriving in England, Haaland has now scored 8 hat-tricks, matching the likes of Harry Kane, Thierry Henry and Michael Owen, and he's just 4 shy of the all-time leader Sergio Aguero. At just 24, he's reached an undeniable level of excellence. Even his manager Pep Guardiola has hinted that Haaland's output is approaching the levels of Messi and Ronaldo, and that's about the highest praise any modern day player can dream of. While some might be underwhelmed by this year's Ballon d'Or nominees compared to the past decades, Haaland looks like the one destined to carry the torch of elite goal scoring into the next era. The most frightening part is his age. He is still yet to hit his prime, and what he could achieve in the coming years is anyone's guess. In a time when world-class strikers are becoming rare, Haaland is the one continuing the legacy of his legendary predecessors.